Okay, welcome into Tunes Brothers React. This was supposed to be the full cast with the Dio video, but I suppose holidays, 4th of July, last minute plans canceled Scott out. Darren has not replied as of the last 20 minutes. So we got nothing else lined up, so we're going to do some reactions. I am Rob. That is Down Under Dave and Louie. What's up, guys? You guys doing anything for the 4th?
Nah.
Well, let's say we don't celebrate.
Yeah,
here,
well,
so.
Dave doesn't celebrate it in Australia, obviously. Louis?
We're going to just do a little picnic at my mom's house like we always do for all the different outdoor holidays and indoor holidays. So that's going to be our bag for the weekend. Typical hamburger hot dog kind of thing.
Beautiful.
I was going to say we tend to follow you guys a lot, so we'll probably end up doing it at some stage. Because we never used to do Halloween, but we do it now.
Yeah, well, I haven't done Halloween since I'm in my teens, but what we're going to do here is a few. We're going to combine it. Usually I like to give each new band, their own video, but we're trying to kill some time here and give you guys something of substance. So I got 3 for sure. One is just a teaser for their album, and I will explain. Well, let's get to that one right away. I am not going to rip people, new bands, because it's not my taste. I will let you decide. I know we got people watching with many different musical genre preferences, so I will give you a little background. This is from a band called Irreverence. Their new album is Forsaken. And they sent me actually their entire album, digitally. Yep. I knew right away it wasn't for me, but that doesn't mean it's bad. It's speed metal is the best way I could describe it. I don't know if they gave me, they gave me the video teaser, but they didn't give me, I don't think, a bio on the band, so I can't tell you much. I'm assuming it is not from this country, but what happened here? I lost my... Okay, so I'm just going to queue up their video, and we'll see it's not even a video. It's like a 40-second teaser of what you can expect from their new album. So let me make sure I got the right band of the 3. Okay, yeah, so this is called Irreverence, new album Forsaken. It's not any song in particular. It's just I'm sure it is, but it's not labeled as a song. It's just a teaser. So here we go. So you can imagine that's not my cup of tea. This teaser was from 2024. They sent it to me with their album because they're doing a European tour. I think it's a festival tour or something. Dave.
Yeah, well, it's definitely festival time in Europe at the moment. Yeah, a bit like you, Rob. Not really my thing. Look, I can appreciate. I could never play it.
Well,
Too many notes going too quick for me, but. Yeah, not my kind of thing, but I do know plenty of people that do like the speed metal and stuff. But yeah, like I said, I wouldn't be able to listen to it because I'm a bit like Adam Sandler. I'm medium pace.
Medium pace. Louis.
Medium pace.
Oh, it's the best thing ever. No, it sounds like that style of music done that way, like nothing different about it. I found out some of the tricks how to play that music. That you just put everything to a D chord, you do the double string thing, and you just hold your hand down and you just go like this. Like that, really fast, and you get that sound.
Okay, so
you just got to make sure your drummer's on tap with that shit.
Right. And do you? It's curious because, growing up a hair metal fan, you obviously had the generation before and the critics and everybody, the elitists, saying, "Well, it all sounds the same. All these hair bands are the same," which bullshit. I mean, every band pretty much. There are some that are kind of carbon copy, but most had their own unique style, whether it was the guitar, their drum presentation, mostly the vocals. However, with speed metal, how do you tell them apart?
You can't.
I mean, is that just our ignorance? Do you think there's speed metal fans saying, "Oh, no, this band's way different than this band"? Because
I'm sure they feel that way. They probably detect something we can't pick up.
Well,
and the singing part is, I learned you got to sing through your face, not through your throat.
I think it's like identical. It's like identical twins, Rob.
Yeah, well,
So the uninitiated, you look at them, you think exactly the same, but people that know them can tell the difference.
Yeah.
right. I guess it's like the whole different nationalities thing, right? We'll say, well, as a white boy, such and such race, they all look the same to me. Well, I've heard those races say that about white people. So, I mean,
Well, like on my way home today, I was in the driving, and I set it to a radio station that most of the time either plays alternative or grunge, and it played regular like 80s metal, and they were playing Striper, but I didn't know it was Striper, and I hear it, and I'm like, who? I know this 80s metal, who is this, whatever, and they said it was Striper, always be with you or something like that.
Always there for you.
Yeah, that right. And I said, that's the kind of metal vocals I never cared for because it sounds like a female opera singer.
Yeah.
I never liked that particular kind of metal where the vocalist sounds like a female opera singer.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, that appeals to me, but I could see why some people don't care for it.
See, my mates in the 80s used to call hair metal gay metal.
Yeah, or butt
because they
rock.
said all the guys look gay.
Yeah, well, whatever. They were getting laid by chicks that all your buddies could only dream of.
Well, you know what though? I didn't mind the look at the time or whatever that a lot of those bands sported because it forced girls to look hotter than they normally would. They said, "Look, they look like girls. We got to look more like girls." So you got like low cleavage and high skirts.
I know what Gene Simmons looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was a bad look back in especially the Asylum album.
God.
Okay, so we are going to move it to a band called Terromania. Terro Mania, all one word. They are from Finland. Reawakened is their new single. A Finland band, Terromania, Reawakened. Let me grab that one. There we go.
It's not too much. The spark inside you flowing through your veins. The touch beyond our comprehension. From another dimension. Fly far away and free yourself from pain. Fly far away and set the world in flames. Go with me and lay your claim. Fireflies illuminate the open midnight sky. Do you hear the echoes of a melody? It's calling us telepathically.
Muted, Rob.
All right, sorry, Dave.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. At least it had some melody to it. I think it still impresses me how how heavy the European music scene is compared to the rest of the world, really, where we've all lightened off so much. They still maintain a bit of rage, which is good. I don't know who the poor skeleton was sitting on the chair there, but he looked like he'd had it. I would see a skeleton and I'd say to myself, just goes to show that boners don't actually exist.
Okay.
Have you ever seen a skeleton with a heart on? No.
No, there's no bone in that there, Dave. Louis.
Overall, I think it was pretty good. I liked it, but I kind of got a little taken aback with you got the heavy opening and the soft verses, and then when the soft verses were sung, the music slowed down and got like not as powerful. But they are interesting enough for maybe that I would probably check out another song by them to see where they already go. But if they really want to make it big in the world, they're going to have to learn to sing like Americans. You can hear the accent very heavy, you know.
Or
And
Australians.
what's that?
Or Australians.
All right, either way, but it's better. America's the gold standard for everything, for music or whatever.
I'm glad you said that, Louis, because there are several people in the Warning Army who crucify me when I say if the Warning wants to be huge, they got to be huge here. Period. That's
Yeah.
that's the bottom line.
Yeah.
I'm really well versed in the Finland, Sweden scene now in the hard rock to metal, whatever you want to call it. One thing I'm noticing is, first of all, I liked it. I didn't love it. I liked it. I'm usually not a fan of the choppy guitar solo, but it worked in this one. I loved it after the solo when you had the almost pop chorus going with the background singers. I don't think they could pull that off live. That's what backtracks are for. But one thing I'm noticing that's starting to turn me off, and I love the Finland, Sweden area metal scene, but they all are using keyboards to thicken up their sound. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but they seem to all use the same tone and the same effect. It always, if it's there, it should be barely noticeable, unless you're a band like Kingdom Come or Bonham, to where it's ghostly, almost replacing the guitar. But if you're going to use it to fatten up your sound, especially, I didn't pay attention. Everything was moving so fast. I don't know if they actually had a keyboard player, but most of these bands don't. It's piped in, but then the guitars should be more present. You should really have to listen to hear the keyboards, and it's starting to become not annoying because it sounds good, but it's starting to become, okay, you sound like everybody else to me. But
Well,
it was
I think-
a really good song.
We fell into that trap with the hair metal in the 80s where keyboards just became more and more prevalent in those songs.
Yeah.
And a lot of them just lost that edge. And I mean, I like pop music, but if you're going to represent a certain genre, then represent it.
Yeah.
Don't sway too much into another area.
And I think this is similar, right? It must be something overseas where that's the in thing to do, is to have keyboards. Because I don't care if it's, I did so many of these bands on my reaction channel from all over, including Korean bands and Japanese, but they all use that same synth to back it.
With me, keyboards, I always envision the Archie's cartoon and Betty playing, or either Betty or Veronica doing the keyboards, and that feminizes the band. Keyboards, I guess
cool.
they work with some ways there, but to me, keyboards always seem to feminize a band.
Well, to me, you look at someone like Journey or Styx or something, right? They'll have a wild intro that is as noticeable, as known as, say, Slash's intro to Sweet Child on guitar. And then the keyboard fades to the back, and maybe it picks back up during the chorus and stuff. That's cool. But when it's as prevalent as the rhythm guitar, that's a problem for me from start to finish. Not that it sounds bad, it's just making all these bands sound like they're following the same blueprint.
You know the song that it really worked well on in the 80s? The Final Countdown.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh my
exactly.
God. They used to say that band would open and close that show with that same song. They open it and close it, and everything else in between, most of the crowd didn't even really know.
But that keyboard intro was just so epic.
Yeah,
And then,
it was
and then
big.
they used it again during the chorus. It was just, but you took that away and that song's probably crap. So,
Yeah. Okay, so Terromania's Reawakening, pretty good.
Yeah. Not a terrible song.
Not offensive to the ears at all.
yeah, I think it's one of those things. If you wouldn't skip it deliberately, it came on. It's okay.
Yeah, it's no dull knives cut better, that's for sure.
No, of course not. But
Okay. So this next band seems to be moving and shaking here with some of the press release stuff that they have sent to me. Let me see here. I'm going to make sure I get all the names right. Okay, so it's basically the A.D.A.M music project, I think, is all I'm getting out of it. And they go by A.D.A.M, like Wasp, A period, D period, A period, M period. And they've got a new song called Punch Out. And it's making serious waves, they say, on rock charts and radio. Both AMP and Aranda are loads of fun. Make an awesome interview. Okay, so they're asking if I want to interview these people. That might be something to consider.
we'll see what the songs like first.
And where's this band from?
I'm trying to figure that out. Right now, they just got added to 23 radio stations, including WZBH Ocean City, Maryland, in rotation in Omaha, Spokane, Portland, Roanoke, Savannah. I mean, the list is endless. Little Falls, Minnesota. So a lot of these smaller radio stations that are left not under, iHeart's umbrella are picking them up. 1.18 million total U.S. artist streams for the artist itself. MTV played the Punch Out music video 11 consecutive weeks. I didn't know MTV was still playing music. Also gearing up for a 13-city summer tour alongside Austin Winkler, formerly of Hinder. I know
them.
I've heard of Hinder, but so let's see. I can't. It doesn't say where they're from right now. I'll find out. But I did see that Punch Out. Where did I read that at? Nah. I think it's modeled, or it was. Okay, so. Yeah, I think it was modeled after or based on the Mike Tyson Punch Out game. I think that's why they created this thing. I can't find that part now. I'll do some looking while we're doing this tonight. But for now, let's get to Punch Out. I'll try to find out where they're from and all that good stuff. But for now, A.D.A.M with periods after every letter, and it is Punch Out.
It's on the line, feel the grind. I must put in the time, 'cause you know I've gotta win. Blood and sweat and fight to death. There is no time to catch my breath.
Okay, Louis.
I really liked the song a lot. I think it was better than the previous one because it was more original. I never heard a song. I mean, you can find songs like that, I guess, if you look hard enough, but it's not. But the only thing that drove me nuts was the lead vocalist. He sounds like somebody I've heard before. Was it like George Michael's Goes Metal or something? I mean, like, does that voice remind you of another singer, either one of you guys?
Yeah, it does, and I can't put my finger on
Can't
it
pin
either.
it down either.
Okay. Well, Dave.
Well, I was just looking them up on Spotify actually at the time we were listening to it. So,
Okay, does it give any background?
no, not really. It just says that the band is unique because it features many different singers and musicians from all walks of
There
life.
you go.
Yeah, one of
songs
the
are
promo photos that I got here looks like there's a female, and I did not see that in the video.
Yeah, the songs are inspired by video game characters from games both new and old.
Okay, so I was close.
I did see someone trying to be Mickey from Rocky there,
Yeah.
the trainer. I was good to see Lou in there in the ring as well. So, must be a wig you're wearing now, is it?
No.
No, I enjoyed it. It's
My
got the
thinning
old school.
hair is my thinning hair.
Okay, it's got that old school charm about it. Yeah. So yeah, I thought it was pretty good. So I'm interested to see what some of their other stuff's like, especially if there's more musicians than we've seen at that one too.
So when you people are watching this, when this video goes up, whoever that singer reminds you of, put your opinions in the comment, because it's reminding me of somebody that's a singer with a band, like maybe a Backstreet Boys kind of thing or something. I don't know. But he does sound like somebody I've heard before.
Well, I think it was fantastic. I still got that chorus going through my head. Very catchy. Loved the fact that they broke out just a crunch Les Paul in 2025 and played a classic rock guitar solo in there when they could have easily went with the 7 million notes per second like everybody else does now.
It didn't last too long either.
Yeah, and the video was absolutely hilarious and entertaining, especially the big dude in the coveralls.
Louis.
Yes, and that's a crunch Les Paul, not a crunchless Paul.
Yes. So I loved it. I think it was awesome. I think I will reach out to them and see if they want to set something up. I think that'd be a lot of fun. All right. So we got 3 samples. Do with that what you will. 2 of them, one was pretty decent. The other one was phenomenal. And the other one just isn't in my wheelhouse genre-wise. So I won't judge them one way or the other.
I did find another picture of Louis too.
Oh boy.
I don't even know what the hell wheelhouse means. I figure a house full of wheels. What the hell's a wheelhouse? Every day I wake up to it.
How come oh, there it is. Oops. God dang it.
There's some nice boobies you got there, Louis.
Yeah. Oh, that's when I lay down on my bed on my back, I got no man boobs at all. I feel so good about myself.
They fall into your armpits, right?
No, they just kind of stretch and they just kind of disappear. They don't go anywhere. They just kind of. When I lay on my back, I'm like, wow, no man boobs. This is good.
You know the only problem when you do that though, Louis? You can no longer see your penis either.
Oh, I can't see mine.
Okay, well, we got reactions done. We're only 27 minutes in here. Is there anything else you guys want to tackle, or you want to call it a short night, or what?
I don't know. Can you put up some bowling for soup or something?
Yeah, what do you want me to find?
Let's try for the first time I ever heard for them, Girl the Bad Guys Want.
All right, go ahead and talk amongst yourselves.
Well, since we're here, let's obviously everyone, people should start to see soon that we're doing Tuesday with the brothers on Tuesday nights. Did you like that name, Louis?
Tuesday
with the brothers.
Oh, okay.
What was the name of that song, Louis?
What?
What was the name of that song?
Girl, all the bad guys want.
Girl, all the bad
Yeah.
guys want. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So let's
So-
check it out and see if you guys like it.
Are
I
we
know I
doing-
already do.
Are we doing a Kiss theme, or can it be anything that we do on that live? Or
Are we doing what? I'm sorry.
are we doing just Kiss themes on that live, or are we doing?
Oh no, we're doing
Whoever-
it. It's the
whoever
same
we
old,
feel like.
same old,
Well,
whatever.
eventually we're going to run out of Kiss albums, then we could do other stuff or break it up.
But they can battle plenty of other artists, though, can't they? That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, it's no different. It's just live.
So I'm
Yeah.
thinking then we on that first one we might do the Destroyer versus Sweet Fanny Adams.
Do that live, huh?
Whoa, that one's gonna hurt me. I haven't even.
Painful for me because they're my two favorite bands from the '70s. So
Okay, so I think I got it ready to roll.
Okay.
So let's
You
check
guys
out
like it.
Bowling for Soup that Louis keeps talking about. And as I told him, I really prefer golfing for chili, but we're going to find out what Bowling for Soup is all about right now. Why is the sound that way?
Because it's that way at the beginning. It's a different
Okay.
song.
Okay.
very poor
yeah.
production on that.
No, don't worry. It'll be the way.
Okay. That's like Weird Al doing Green Day, right? Goddamn. It's catchy as hell. I enjoyed it. I'll let you go here in a second, Dave. I think the guitarist needs to not be bowling for soup. He needs to be running for salad. But this fucking hilarious, catchy at the same time. Outstanding pick there, Louis. Dave.
Well, first of all, I'm sure the big guy was in the last video doing the boxing. As soon as the video starts, he bends over. I'm thinking I can see what attracted Louis to it straight away. And obviously, the obvious thing there was the guy sitting on the toilet. It's like, it's Louis.
That's what I thought.
It's got Louis written all over it.
You're muted, Louis.
I was going to say, I just halfway remember, the toilet scene. The guys are going to like that to me. What? This is what happens. Do you either of you guys know a cartoon called Phineas and Ferb?
Called what?
Phineas and Ferb. It was a Disney cartoon, and
Never heard of it.
And I thought it was Weird Al singing the theme song. And come to find out, it's Bowling for Soup. So there was on-demand music videos you could just look and all that. And I found Bowling for Soup, and that was the song that was available. So that's the first one I heard. You want to do one more Bowling for Soup, or you want to end it?
No, can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Any of you guys familiar with Ghost?
I've heard a lot of good things, and it was requested to me on my reaction channel, but at that time, I had literally like 2 pages documents of stuff requested.
Yeah,
So
I know a little
look up-
bit about them.
Look up Lacrima, LACH.
Hold on.
All right, we'll go for some Ghost. We'll do
Ghost, LACH.
Yep, RYMA.
Got it. First one that came up. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not crazy, Louis, because that's the first thing I saw. It sounded like Weird Al to me.
It does sound like Weird Al. Very
Doing
similar.
a Green Day type song. I thought it
I'd
was
say it's
hilarious.
definitely that period of time where we had a lot of those bands come out.
Yeah, it's almost like they're a parody band. And I always thought when Louis kept bringing them up, I'm like, well, if this band ever wanted to become huge, that's a terrible fucking band name. But it turns out they're kind of just having fun with it, and whatever happens, which is cool.
I thought it was a Marx Brothers film.
So are you going to look up the Ghost song?
I already am. I'm just downloading now.
Okay, then after that, one more Bowling for Soup, and I'm going to be done as far as that, picking anything.
Okay, so Bowling for Soup. What else?
1985.
What's in your soup bowl at the moment? Or did you flush before you came on?
It's
Oh, God. Damn. Oh,
I want to see this Ghost. I'm all excited.
all right. Well,
It,
keep rambling. It'll take a couple
just-
minutes.
It's very theatrical. You know, I
That's
suppose
the
a
one
lot
where
of
the
it.
guy's his face is almost like painted
Yeah.
up like a skeleton or something, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and the music's just really catchy. I mean,
I heard they were
I
satanic. Is that true?
nah, he's
Okay.
a Swedish guy. No,
Which
I
they
think
found.
I think one of the big things with the bands, I think a lot of the members change a lot. So he's obviously the one,
Right.
you know, steady thing there. But I think a lot of it changed around. But it's really well done. I thought it was first time I saw it. I thought I really like that.
What's the genre?
Oh, it's sort of rock, metal, pop. There's a lot of elements in there.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
All right. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
I wouldn't pigeonhole it because some of the other songs are different too. But a lot of it has a lot of the music has a bit of a cult background to it. But
Cult,
quite
as in
often
like
yeah.
the cult or like satanic
the
cult?
occult. Yeah,
The
yeah.
occult. Okay, gotcha.
A lot of it's quite tongue in cheek at times too. So
Yeah, well, so what? Everybody thought all our bands are satanic too. Motley Crue,
Kiss.
Slayer, and Kiss. Yeah, I mean, Knights in Satan Service. Come on, fuck off. Unless you're coming out trying to say that you are Marilyn Manson, who obviously isn't, but he really played that gimmick probably better than anybody has. He had everybody believing he was, you know,
Well.
Satan incarnate.
it's because his dad was such a bad guy,
His dad.
Charles.
Yeah, Charles Manson wasn't the greatest dude.
And his mother, Marilyn Monroe, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
there you
I think
go.
she was all right though.
Yeah, Marilyn Manson. I bet he did that on purpose, right?
Oh, I'm sure. If you're going to be the bad guy, let's give that name, right? It's going to, you know.
I wonder if there was any truth to that rumor. Did you guys hear that he had his bottom ribs removed so he could suck himself off?
No.
Yeah, that was a rumor back in when he first got huge.
I could do that back in my early days
Well,
without taking ribs out.
If he was huge, you wouldn't have to remove his ribs.
Yeah,
I actually remember there was that porn star that did it in a movie.
really.
You
You know the big guy now. He's what's his name?
Oh, not that fat guy with the mustache. Ron
Yeah.
Jeremy?
Yeah, he sucked himself off in a porn movie once.
Oh, man. How did he get around his big fat belly?
Well, he didn't have it as much back then, I suppose. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
so I
Yeah,
saw
here we
that and thought I could do that.
It could be Marilyn Munster that he's thinking of when he came up with his name.
Marilyn.
Yeah, maybe.
Munson.
Yeah, for the Munsters.
All right.
She
Well,
was the
we're
odd,
ready for
She was
Ghost.
the odd one out.
All right, let's see, check out the Ghost.
All right. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. What is it, Dave?
Papa Emeritus.
Lacrima.
No, that Lacrima.
Lacrima.
Okay. Here we go. Real quick. This band's insanely popular, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I highly doubt this idiot from the warning videos will be watching this, but I am so tired of the why did they use makeup and shit. At least this guy was respectable versus Kiss is all gimmick. They said something to the effect of, I still don't know why they needed to do all the makeup and theatrics. To which my reply is, well, I guess after 50 years, the critics who agreed with you were proven wrong.
Definitely.
And 90% of all metal bands now, not rock, what's considered heavy metal, they all have makeup or masks or stuff on. And here we go, classic point.
Slipknot.
Yeah, I mean it's endless. I scroll through the music news on Blabbermouth, and 4 out of 5 pictures are bands I've never heard of, but they're in full face paint or have masks on. So let's get off the Kiss bandwagon and just admit they were way ahead of their time. There you go. There we go.
Ripping through every poem,
Wow. Okay. I'm fucking sold. If anything, just this song. He I remember the little bit I saw, he was in a white face, just white makeup. Uh, so he must just change it up, which is cool. This has everything I could ever want in music. You've got horror, you've got metal, you've got a pop chorus, you've got outstanding dueling lead guitars, and the theatrics. I'm a huge sucker for theatrics, especially in videos. Too many people play the lazy game, and I know it costs money. Uh, it's this was fucking fantastic, Louis.
Oh, fantastic. I enjoyed the fucking hell out of it. Is that the same band with the Papa Emeritus with the ghost face and the bishop hat?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you something. That was so cool. I don't know what they do for a stage show, but if those guys are like that with that orange background going on, that's a show to go see, man. Especially Halloween time. I mean,
Well, they're all dressed like that in their shows. So
okay. Now, you know what I heard though? That you guys probably surprised you didn't catch it. It sounded like Rat gone evil.
yeah.
It sounded like Rat gone evil.
Like I said, they had so many aspects of so many different genres of music. At first, I thought, okay, this is going to be your typical doom metal, and then he sings with, and not like a legendary top notch voice, but such a unique voice, unlike cookie cutter shit. He's got plenty of range, changes it up, but then fucking chorus kicks in, and it's like a fucking nice, poppy hard rock. I don't know how to describe it.
I heard a Stephen Pearcy kind of singing. That's why I equated it to being like Rat, but in a good way. Rat's a great band, and this band blew me away. I want to look up more stuff about them.
I tell you what, Dave, pit this if you can track wise, if it works out against an AC/DC album, because that's the only thing that was going through my head this whole time is I would pick this song over any AC/DC song I've ever fucking heard, and that would piss Scott off.
See, this pop, obviously on your YouTube it pops up as a, recommended video to watch, and I saw the still, and I thought, what the hell's this? Like I was a bit like you, thought, here comes some speed doom metal, whatever.
Okay, well,
flipped it on, and I just thought, fucking hell, what is this? This is brilliant. This takes me back. Like, and like you guys, I love horror, so
yeah,
to combine all that, and like I said, I love the rock, I love the metal, I love the pop side of it, and it's all there.
And the theatrics, like Louis said, that fucking colored background, just everything about it was just enjoyable.
So I've seen some of the concert footage, and they even get women going there dressed up as nuns, evil nuns, and all sorts in their concerts. So I think they call themselves the Ghoulettes or something.
Sweet. Well done, Dave.
Yeah,
okay, Louis, we've got Bowling for... You got something to say before I roll it?
Yeah, Bowling for Soup 1985. I believe it was the hit before the one we just watched before. Because I mentioned the girls, all the bad guys wanted. They said, well, they did the song 1985. And I was hesitant to listen to that because sometimes when you hear a song you like so much, you're afraid their other stuff won't measure up. And this song, I think you guys are going to enjoy. It's on the pop side, and it's very more humor involved than the previous video.
Okay.
We like pop.
Well, Bowling for Soup, 1985. Wow, that actually looked like Tawny Katane. So we got Robert Palmer. We've got George Michael. I don't know what they were doing. Either they're Run DMC, Vanilla Ice, whatever, with the rap. You got Motley Crue. You got Whitesnake with Tawny Katane. Fucking fabulous. Hilarious. And I agree. I am stuck with her in 1985.
I do remember that song.
Do you? See, I don't think I've ever heard that before.
I remember the song, but I don't remember seeing the video clip, so that was hilarious. So, really well done.
Yeah,
that was good. I mean, that was the good thing back in those MTV days is people went out of their way to make good video clips.
Yeah, outstanding, both of you guys. I enjoy the hell out of these for two different reasons. What a good comic relief Bowling for Soup is. And I'm always a sucker for that punk sound anyway. Too bad Green Day is a bunch of douchebags politically. Yeah. But Yeah, amazing. And Ghost, I cannot fucking wait to hear more from them. So outstanding. We managed to milk 55 minutes out of nothing. So
Thanks,
Scott,
Scotty.
we're glad you didn't make it.
all right, so I'm not even gonna. He's available, not even available until Sunday. So fuck it. The next video is going to be the warning Saturday,
Okay.
and we'll go
Yep.
from there. And anybody who was whining that they don't want to hear our live album picks because we already basically have tipped our hand on our favorite warning songs, there are 10 videos that we will be going through and showing and reacting to as well. So
music will be alive.
yes. All right. So thank you to Lou and Dave for giving us content. Otherwise, the stuff I had lined up would have been a 20-minute video and out. So we can get away with it now because I'm not monetized right now. But and who knows, man? If stuff like this brings in the viewers, I don't give a fuck. We'll do it once in a while.
Yeah, I mean there are a lot of reaction channels now. I think have gone with the bugger the monetization with that stuff. You know, we give money back to the
There's
artists.
more
That's
ways to
fine.
get monetized than just the video itself. Views, likes, all that stuff that I never begged for and never will. But anyway, until Saturday with the warning, thanks for watching.
Tunes, brothers, they sing, they scream.